eggs, tomatoes, sausages, homemade hash browns, baked beans, onions and bacon. Hi there YouTube friends, welcome back to another episode of Auntie A's Kitchen. Simple and delicious food cooked and prepared in South Korea with South Korean ingredients. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Annyeonghaseyo. Now you may be wondering, why am I holding a frying pan? And the reason is, today I'm going to be showing you an English fry-up, a full English breakfast cooked in a frying pan. Now it originated from the 1300s. I did a bit of research. It's actually one of the longest standing traditional food dishes that we have. Originally, a typical breakfast would be sausages, bacon, eggs, tomato, baked beans, buttered toast, and then the optional extras that have joined this breakfast over the years are now mushroom, black pudding, hash browns, and onions. I'm going to also show you the timings. So many people, because it's a lot of food, get confused. What do I cook and when and how? So if you follow this video from putting your oven on right at the beginning to the sausages, then the hash browns, and follow all the ingredients through, you will have the perfect timings for a delicious cooked breakfast. Please don't take my word for it. Cook it for yourself, for your friends, for your family. It is just a great British meal and easy to cook in South Korea. I put a little oil in the pan and get my sausages cooking. I think some of the best tasting sausages in Korea, other than homemade, can be found in Costco. But if you know of any other, then please leave a comment below. Today I'm using a British favourite, Heinz, but there are other baked bean brands available that are also good. Just add a little butter and it will take their flavour to another level. Once the sausages have started cooking, then I add my homemade hash browns that I made the night before and will quickly show you how I made them. I peel and grate 2 potatoes and put them into water and then onto my stove. I add a little bit of salt and I allow the water to come to a boil. While the water is coming to a boil, I finely cut up half an onion. Once the water has come to a boil, I take my potatoes off the heat. I don't want them to cook too much. I then empty them through a colander to remove the water from the pan. I then place my slightly cooked potatoes into the clean tea towel and then twist to remove any excess water. It's very hot, so you can see here that I use a kitchen tool to help me. To make sure they are totally dry, I place them again into another clean tea towel. I want to be sure all the water is squeezed out. I empty my potatoes and my onions into a mixing bowl and then I season with salt, some pepper, paprika and some cayenne pepper to add some heat to the hash browns. With a spoon I mix my spices, potatoes and onions together. I like to add just a little bit of cheese, but this is an optional extra. I also add a spoon of flour, which I don't show in this video. The final step is to beat an egg and pour this into your mixture to make your hash browns. You will notice I put in a little bit to begin with before I pour in the rest. I don't want my mixture to be too wet. The final stage is to make your hash browns. You can make them any shape or size. I put these into the freezer, ready for when I want to use them. That way, when I want to cook a breakfast, they're ready to go. I think there's nothing better than homemade hash browns. While my sausages and hash browns are cooking in the pan, it gives me a little bit of time to prepare some of the other ingredients. The great thing about a British breakfast is that you can add any ingredients you like to eat. So today I use some onion and a few tomatoes. Keep checking on your frying pan and turn the sausages as needed. I like to leave the hash browns to cook on one side for a couple of minutes before I turn them. Use any bread that you have available. You could even make your own bread, but I like to use this thick bread from Paris Baguette. So I put it into the toaster, ready for later on. After a few minutes, I then turn my hash browns in the pan so that both sides can equally cook. Once your sausages have a nice colour, place them into an oven dish and put this into your preheated oven at about 130 so that the food can stay warm. I then place my bacon into the pan with the hash browns. I've said in another video that when I first came to Korea, I didn't like the Korean bacon, but actually I've grown to like it because it is thin and cooks very quickly. I keep checking on my hash browns and turning them occasionally, as I want them to be both evenly cooked and thoroughly cooked in the middle. Keep moving around your bacon so that it cooks evenly. I like my bacon well done, but not too crispy, but cook it how you like it. Once your bacon is cooked, remove your oven dish from the oven and place your bacon inside with the sausages and place this back into the oven on your low heat 130 so that it can stay warm. Next, I place some onions into the pan so that they can cook and caramelize. Once your hash browns have gone a good colour and are crispy, place them into your oven dish and back into your oven while you finish cooking the other ingredients. I place my tomatoes face down in the pan to cook alongside with my onions. If I were cooking mushrooms, this is when I would put them into the pan. Once your tomatoes and onions are cooked like the other ingredients, place them into your oven dish and back into the oven to keep warm until you are ready to serve. I start cooking my baked beans while I wait for my other frying pan to heat up. I have switched frying pans because this one has a lid and my other doesn't. Cook your eggs however you like to eat them. I personally like them with a runny yolk. You will see that I season my eggs in the pan with salt and pepper before I then put the lid on top of the pan to finish cooking. If you don't like fried eggs, you could always serve scrambled eggs instead. While my eggs finish cooking, I cut up my toast and put it onto the table. You could fry your bread and accompany this with your breakfast, but I personally like warm toast with melted butter with my cooked breakfast. My eggs are cooked, my baked beans have finished cooking. All that's left to do now is to plate up. Be warned, this is a high-calorie meal. To cut down on some of the calories, you could also cook this in the oven. We typically don't eat this every day. It's kept for weekends and special occasions. So I hope you enjoyed today seeing me cook one of England's treasured national dishes, a classic full English breakfast, otherwise known as a fry-up. There are so many variations to this, so just use the ingredients you like and have available. I think this is English comfort food at its best, so please cook it for yourself, friends and family. Have a great week as you prepare for the Chuseok holidays, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Until then, God bless, Chobokhamnada.